Hey everyone, it's your girl Shella Swab back at it again for another video. You already know what's going on. Today we are going to do what are we gonna do today? I guess we can continue talking about what we was talking about yesterday. We was talking about having self-esteem and like encouraging yourself to be the best that you can be, and go from there. So I hope you guys stay tuned.
I know that I'm nothing. I know that I'm worthless. The scum of the earth is still funny how we use this me. It's still funny how we choose this me. Carry out his plan. He knew I won't play when I said I was ready to make my family proud, make these people smile, my generation bow down. Cause it all belongs to you. All my breath in my body. Oh, it all belongs to you. Yeah. Let my music be the heartbeat. Let my music be the heartbeat.
If you're new to my channel, what's good? I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Hit that bell so we can go ding, because you don't want to miss any of my videos. We're gonna get right into this video right now, so let go. I feel that God placed us here for a reason. We all have a story to tell, and we all have somebody like looking up to us or whatever. Not saying that we're like their role model or whatever, but saying like, if they can do it, I can do it too. Because it's just like we all gotta motivate and like uplift each other, because like if nobody uplifts you, how you gonna get uplift? Especially if you have like low self-esteem. Like, it's good that you got self-confidence and all that, but there's a lot of people who don't have it. There's a lot of people who's depressed. There's a lot of people who's thinking about suicide and all that stuff, like, because they don't really have anybody encouraging them to want to like do good for themselves. They don't feel pretty. They don't feel like things will ever change. They feel like they're ugly. They feel like nobody wants nothing to do with them. They feel like they have no talent and all that stuff. But everybody has some skill that they're good at. Like, just because some skills may be similar to other people does not mean that they do exactly what you do. Everybody got their own different style. Like, not everybody is going to be the same. God made us unique. God made us different. So we have to not only build ourselves up, but we need other people to build us up as well. And it really just helped boost us up more, because we know that we're lit, we're talented and all that stuff, but some people don't know that. So they need other people to help motivate them so they can get to their own self-love, And that's what helped people want to do better. That's what helped people feel confident in themselves and not having to like fear what other people think about them. Like, change begins with us. And I just feel like that's really important to say, because this week is suicide week, suicide prevention week. So I wanted to talk about it because I know a lot of people dealing with depression and all that stuff. I know a lot of people wanting to kill themselves because they feel like they don't want to live life anymore. They feel like they're going through so much. But there's always somebody out there going through something worse than you are. But, I'm not saying that your stuff is not important, because your stuff is important too. But we all go through something. And it's like, are we going to sit down and be depressed on what's going on? Or are we going to fix ourselves up and move forward to try to like better ourselves, you know. Like for me, I was abused. It was a lot of stuff that happened to me, but I don't carry myself as a person who was abused. I carry myself as a person who wants to uplift other people to be who they want to be, to, you know, encourage them and let them know that there is some people that care about them. Like the other day, somebody commented on one of my videos and they were saying that, for example, they were saying an abused kid will grow up abusing their children. And I'm just like, okay, but I was abused. I don't ever see myself trying to like do that to my kid because of the fact that, like, you know, I was abused. I know what it feels like. I would never do that to my kid. I would never want to do that to my child. Like, no, that's my child. I don't want my child feeling what I felt, you know. I would never want that to happen to my kid. Like, no, never. Just because I was abused don't mean I have to pass it on to them. No. That generational curse thing, whatever, you have a choice. Everybody has a choice. You either continue with it or you make a plan to stop. Like, you don't have to do it at all. And I choose not to do it with my kids because I already know what it feels like and I don't like it. So I don't want them to come in the world and I'm doing the same thing to them. No, I'm going to love my kids. I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to motivate them. And I want them to be the best that they can be. That's just how it's going to go. Like, I feel like, why should you even have kids if you don't want to take care of them? If you don't want to treat them right? If you don't want to train them up in the way they should go? There's no point in having kids if you're just going to treat them like you don't really care. Like, you know. So I really just want to encourage you. I want to let you know that God makes no mistakes. He brought you here. You're here for a reason. And you're going to be someone who people look up to. You're going to be someone who people want to talk to. You're going to be someone who people want to be around. Just because nobody want to be around you right now, or you don't feel like people really care about you right now, that don't mean that nobody will ever care about you. Like, there's going to come to a time where people actually care about you, people that actually need to be there for you. Like, people who are for you, they're going to be there with you regardless of whether they're here with you right now or whether they're going to go and come in the future. Like, you know. So regardless, there's going to be people uplifting you, building you up, building up your character and all that stuff. And, you know, you're going to come out being great. You're going to be positive, and you can be an inspiration to somebody else and help them. Let them hear your story. Let them know what's going on. They're going to be like, oh, you went through that, and yet you still came out on top. And so if you tell them your story, you still being here, they will be like, oh, I went through some of the same stuff and it was similar to what you went through. So if you can do it, I can do it too. You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. Your self-esteem, the choices you make, the people you hang around, the people who, like, you know, keep all the negative away, because at the end of the day, you need to be happy. You need to be positive. Don't bring your energy down to people who really just don't care about you. People who want you to be upset. People who want you to be like depressed and all that stuff. Like, no. Try to think happy thoughts. Try to be around people who make you happy. Think positive vibes. Keep yourself motivated. Because at the end of the day, you're living for yourself. You don't need to live for somebody else. If you out living for somebody else, who gonna live for you? You have no answer, do you? Who gonna live for you? Nobody can be a better you than yourself. So you might as well just be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. You don't have to pretend like you have all this stuff together and you have this and that and this and that and this and that. If you don't have it together, let somebody know who you trust. Let them know what's going on, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's about your safety. It's about you needing to be in a place where you can be comfortable, where you can be able to grow, and you can be able to uplift yourself and, you know, be able to help others, because that's what life is all about. People help us, we help others. We all grow. Like, it's supposed to be like that. But there is some people out here, because this is a wicked world, there is people out here who really don't care about you. They really don't. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be anybody. They don't care about you. They show you plenty signs they don't care about you. But just because they don't care about you does not mean that everybody don't care about you. I guarantee you, there's people who care about you, even if it's at least just one person. Somebody is out there caring about you and want to help you and want to uplift you and want to see you grow and succeed and all that. But the downside of this is there's also people out here who want to see you fail. They're praying for your downfall. They're doing all this stuff to try to keep your vibrations down. They don't want to see you succeed, because most of the time, like I said, people are jealous of you. People are jealous. They want what you got, not even knowing half the story of what you went through and all that stuff. They just see that you got this and they want it too. Like, you know, so they try to bring you down. And like, it's just a crazy world. You really just got to keep yourself uplifted. I don't know. You could pray, you know, meditate, do something, keep your vibrations. Like, you know, you got to stay good. You still got to stay positive. Because at the end of the day, you need to know that just because this happened to me, I'm not going to be in this situation forever. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be elevating. I'm going to be being blessed. I'm going to get all the stuff that belongs to me, that God has for me. Because at the end of the day, nobody can take what God has for you. Regardless of whether you think they're better than you or not, it doesn't matter. If God said that this is what you're supposed to be doing, this is what you're supposed to have, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get it. And it's yours. Nobody can take it away from you. So I just wanted to get on here and continue that conversation, talking about self-esteem, talking about motivation and all that stuff, whatever. Like, because I feel like not a lot of people is talking about this. Not a lot of people is talking about being abused. Not a lot of people is talking about all the stuff that goes on. Like, you know. So I really want to talk about all this stuff, because it's just like, it got to start somewhere. Somebody needs to talk about it, you know? Like, somebody needs to talk about it. Somebody needs to be that platform to be able to share their story, so people going through similar situations or people dealing with stuff like that, you know, can find that platform and be like, oh, what can I do? What do I need to do in order to, you know, heal from all the stuff that happened to me, so I don't have to deal with that, you know. Not saying that you're going to forget what happened, because you'll never forget what happened. But, you know, just to be able to deal with it and be like, okay, it happened, but I'm not going to let that ruin my future, because the choices I make now that I'm out of the situation, or the choices that I make while I'm in the situation, will determine what's going to happen in my future. You got to think about your future at the end of the day. You got to think about your present. Yeah, you could dwell on the past, but don't dwell so much, because of the fact that you don't want to be depressed and all that stuff, like crying all day or whatever. Because if you get out of the situation, you know, you need to focus on what you're going to do in the future, not more on the past, you know. Because yes, it happened to you, but that's helping you learn and grow what not to do in the future. Like for me, like I said, I'm not going to do that to my kids whenever I do have kids, because I know what it feels like to be abused. I don't want them to feel abused. I don't want them to get abused. I don't want them to like deal with none of the stuff. Not even half the stuff that I deal with. I deal with a lot of stuff, not just abuse. Like, it was a lot of stuff. So, you know, if y'all came from my old channel, you already know the story about what happened to me, because I shared it with you guys. But on my new channel, I haven't shared my story, because I'm trying to keep it positive. I'm trying to let you guys know, like, you know, yes, things happen, but that doesn't mean that you have to carry that on you throughout your life, your whole life. Like, no. Not like it's a burden or something. Like, no. You need to learn how to heal, how to uplift it. So when people talk about, oh, you remember what happened when da-da-da-da, when you was abused and da-da-da-da, like, you'll be like, yeah, it happened, but I'm not in that place anymore. You need to get to a point where you're comfortable talking about it. If you're crying and stuff and you're still talking about it, you're not ready. But it's okay, because you will get there. Like, it took me a long time to finally get to the place where I am now. Nobody even knew that I was abused. Nobody knew nothing. And I always been like a real chill person. I always been quiet. Like, I never really caused any drama or nothing. Like, I'm not the type of person. I try to stay positive. I have a pure heart, like, you know. So for them to hear all the stuff that happened to me or whatever, they're in shock. Like, they're like, and you keep yourself together. People always tell me, you look like you have everything together. And it's just like, I thank you for saying that, because I try not to let what happened to me like make me feel less than the person that I'm supposed to be, if that make any sense. I'm trying to be the best that I can be, regardless of what happened to me. And I keep myself, like, you know, I keep myself up. I do my hair, like, I get dressed. I dress, like, you know, I dress like, you know, a person. I don't know. I just dress how, you know, I dress comfortable. I dress like, I don't know. I just keep myself like up. Like, I keep myself like dressed up, or like comfortable, like comfortably dressed, or like whatever. Like, I keep myself looking good, basically. Because at the end of the day, you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who, like, you know, who you're going to see. You never know what's going to happen. So you might as well just keep yourself dressed and, you know, looking good, you know. And that's what I do. I mean, I don't know what everybody else do, but I feel that if you dress good or you look good, you feel a little bit better about yourself. Like, you feel confident, because you be like, oh yes, feel yourself in the mirror. You be like, oh, I look cute, look at me, yeah, look at this, all like gleaming, oh, shiny, look at that, oh, hair color on fleek, you know, my little poof balls, little curly strings, you see that? Like, just keep yourself motivated. Be like, even if you don't feel like you're beautiful or whatever, you're looking at yourself, you know. You gotta be like, I'm beautiful. God made me unique. God made me different. I don't have to look like nobody else, because I don't want nobody looking like me. I want to be looking like myself. And even if you a twin, you a triplet and all that stuff, it don't even matter, because everybody got a different personality. All y'all don't have the same personality. Like, everybody's different regardless of, even if they look the same and all that stuff, you still different. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. Everybody is different. But nah, like, for real though. So that's all I wanted to say for today, and I cannot wait to see y'all on the next video. Until then, bye.
Caesar chain, as it hang, reppin' Shella Swa gang. I do what I want. I'm my own boss. I do what I want. I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. I'm my own